Good afternoon to all. The conference is actually soon concluding. These 2 days were very fruitful. The project results were presented, but most of all, we had very enriching, in-depth reflections and discussions about the challenges, but also the advantages of putting to practice cooperative approaches within the higher education institutions. We had amazing contributions from amazing speakers, and as was the case of last session, just finish it now with João, Ana Maria, and Leonora, and thank you, Maria João, for joining. And we saw from different perspectives how the probability and system can work and what could be hindering situations from organizations, higher education institutions, companies, and even from the perspective of the students. Very good examples, in addition to that, were presented as good practices, and these good examples highlighted the fundamental aspects of such process. What needs to be put into practice in order to make cooperative approaches to happen. Most of all, these examples showed us it is possible. It's a way forward. Even though we are not fully accomplished the conditions and the solutions to do it in all aspects within higher education yet. On behalf of the Income Project, we thank all participants with your contribution, and we are now better prepared to take this challenge further. A path to which all partners within Income are prepared to follow. We believe this final conference is not the end of Income Project, this is actually the beginning of a new phase, as it is the intention of all partners involved in this project to take this work further in new ways. And in such way, I will invite now all the representatives of the participants in this project, of all partners, to join me within this session, and for a symbolic moment in which we will sign a memorandum of cooperation. This memorandum will be signed by our Vice President, Dr. Ana Paula, and she will be representing the partnership. The memorandum will be, for sure, a fundamental milestone for the sustainability of the project in the future. So I will ask to join us, welcoming and thanking Joseph Altaio from the Central de Reserves de Montserrat, in Larsa, Joe Tanti from MBB in Malta, David Pranic from University of Split in Croatia, Laura Valocera from University of Girona, Luís Ceia from Ceval in Portugal, Ana Paula Val, who is already with me, representing IPVC, Engenheiro Bruno Caldas from CIM do Alto Minho, Filipe Seixeira from PPLEL Consult, Paulo Bertagni from GV, Italy, Rossana Bonade from University of Bergamo in Italy, Mark Farrugia from University of Malta, Thomas Chibar from DHBW University, Ravensburg, Germany, and Tara Duncan from Atlas, based in Netherlands, but all over the world. So I already apologize for any mispronunciation of your names. Apologies, and thank you for joining me. I now can see you all around the screen. We wish we could be around the table, all in the same room, but I will, for sure, thank you for your contributions in this process, not just in the signing, in the symbolic signing, and within these last few minutes of the conference, but also throughout the project, because your contributions made it possible. And so I now, before we actually do this symbolic signing, ask Maria from MBB to take us through into a brief description of what the memorandum is about.
Thank you, Goretti, and a very warm welcome to all of our partner representatives here today. We appreciate you being here, at least for this short period of time, because it was our intention actually to do this in person. It would have been a great event, but we still wanted to make sure that we get the chance to actually launch this memorandum of cooperation at the end of our final conference today. So I am here in representation of the Malta Business Bureau, as Goretti has introduced me, and we would like to make sure, so we are in charge of the exploitation element of the project, and we've seen the last panel discussion who have discussed a lot in more detail the element of sustainability, so making sure that the project results we've achieved during the last 3 years are actually maintained, and even delve deeper and form new synergies which will allow us to ensure that what we have achieved back then is still doable and implemented in the near future. So what the purpose of this MOC, this Memorandum of Cooperation, is actually to ensure that we keep on working together on these project deliverables. And in fact, this will serve as a framework of cooperation and establish a suitable communication channel in between the partners, so enabling us all to continue pursuing matters of common interest. By this, we want to understand, even though we do not want to limit ourselves, because other opportunities may come along in due time, and we are welcoming all opportunities, obviously in relation to cooperative learning. But as yet, we want to ensure that we develop further a plan of development for joint activities. So we continue working together, creating online and even in-person activities related to cooperative learning. We are also intending on setting up a special interest group, which we are referring to as a European Forum for Dual Higher Education. And we also intend on inviting CEDEFOP and the European Commission to be part of this special interest group. And finally, we would like to make sure that given all of our strengths and expertise and competencies in our area, so we have organizations in the academic sector, but also in the business sector, we want to make sure that we literally exploit our strengths and consult one another where there are areas of interest and matters that we can collaborate on together. At this stage, we've been in contact with all of the partner organizations, the project partner organizations who have all agreed to this memorandum, but our intention is to open this memorandum further to our associate project partners and also external organizations who have an interest in cooperative learning. And over the next days, in our final internal meeting, we will be looking further into this memorandum and making sure that what we are signing, the document we are signing here today, is obviously implemented over the next weeks following project, obviously, termination in inverted commas. We do not want to stop here. We want to make sure that we keep on working together because it's been a fabulous and a fantastic experience working all together. So thank you from my end. That is the short, brief explanation about the Memorandum of Cooperation. And Goretti, I give the floor back to you.
Hi, thank you, Maria, for a very brief but very detailed description, and as always, very sharp. We were asked by Rossana Bonaday to allow her for a few words, so I would then give Rossana the opportunity. Yes, Rossana, thank you for joining us.
Of course, thanks to you. I'm here taking place of Roberta Garibaldi, that has a strong commitments away. I am director of head of the Department of Foreign Languages and Cultures at the University of Bergamo. And my department supports these initiatives of Erasmus Plus projects. And by the way, me myself was a local coordinator for an Erasmus Plus on e-culture, which is a heritage in a new world perspective. And I agree totally that it is very important that these projects do not stop after their due time, but go with further cooperation. And by the way, for instance, e-culture is going on with, again, the presence of all the new partners relaunching the topics that are related to the previous project, but going further. And I think that these networks are extremely useful to build up a proper, real, solid cooperation on certain strong topics that are characteristic of the tourism environment, the tourism world, and so on and so on. So thank you again. I'm very happy to subscribe this memorandum. And by the way, next week, I will report to my department that we have subscribed the memorandum.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosanna, once again, and thank you all. I believe all the other representatives will join you in your nice words, and congratulations and support to this initiative. Thank you again. Would we have a bit more time? I would invite you all for, presenting some good reasons for signing this memorandum. I'm sure your presence here really speaks for everybody and explains that you are actually involved, committed, and supporting this initiative. So I will now give the word and the floor to Ana Paula, representing IPVC as leader of the project. She's also symbolically signing on behalf of all of us for this memorandum.
Thank you, Goretti. Thank you to all of you. And okay, this is quite a responsibility for me to sign representing all of you. I will do it.
I think we need a round of applause for Ana Paula and to everybody.
I hope really that this is a new beginning, okay? And we will have certainly a new project with new ideas from all of you, and I hope so. And I hope also that next time we will be together in the same room signing all of us the document. Thank you very much to you.